What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And if you thought that there was going to be a Kandi Phaedra reconciliation, it ain't happening. But Carlos King might. Like the videos, the intro plays, and we're going to get right into
Make it make sense. Could somebody please make it make sense?
Big moves. Surfer. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dream. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
Okay, guys, so shout out to the Shade Room. They did an interview with Kandi. If you want the full interview, definitely check it out there. I support the Shade Room, biggest blog out there. However, I picked out some juicy tidbits that I think we need to pay a little bit of attention to. So that's what we're going to be reviewing.
Want to be able to say, I opened that doorway, and I love being able to open the doorway and like bring and pull all my people up with me. Right. Like that's a thing for me.
That's also why I am doing my own channel, Mims YouTube Tips. I feel like, yes, my channel is going really fast, but I can also benefit others. I love to raise my hand down to lift people up. Kandi almost gave me my mission statement. So look out for a video dropping very, very soon. I will share it in my community tab. The only thing I ask you guys do is watch the video and subscribe to the channel. I need like 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours before it becomes like a viable channel. So definitely, I'm here to support everybody, and it's a way for me to support a lot of people all at once. Mims YouTube Tips. I'll be dropping that video very shortly. But okay, so let's get to the mess. She breaks down specifically what happened, and she's with Carlos, and she said things, but she's never been this direct with a timeline. So we got to cover it. But I want you to listen to her voice, because it almost sounds like there is some room for them to communicate and, you know, maybe rebuild. But let me know in the comments when you hear it.
Have you had a conversation?
There is no update. He and I haven't talked about it at all. And it's not like I'm reaching out to him trying to talk about it. Right. That happened some years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it was.
But it doesn't sound like she would not take his call, which to me sounds like there is some room.
It was when our group first got back together. Remember when we were when we first came back together? What was it, 6 years ago now? Now it's been like 6 years ago. That was part of the reason that we ended up coming back together, because we found out somebody was doing our life story at some network. And then, you know, we were calling each other like, yo, did you do this?
Kandi can flip some money. She got the dungeon tour from the Portia and Phaedra a lot. And now she got her escape back together because somebody was going to do their life story, and they combined their forces to try and stop it. That's a tidbit.
Did you just, you know, and then when I found out.
How did you find out?
It was random.
You guys were friends, right?
Who?
You and Carlos, or Todd?
I thought we was cool. Okay. Todd and Carlos used to be business partners. I considered Carlos like a friend. He used to have an office in my office building, everything. I thought we were cool.
Right.
Now Todd and Carlos did bump heads about some business stuff, which is, you know, when you have business with y'all do business together, sometimes you're gonna have some issues, right?
That's true.
So they did have some business issues, but in that last season that Carlos had produced, we still were being, you know, working together, being cordial or whatever. I had to be around him down there 5 days a week, right? So we ended up, the filming ended that season, like for Housewives that year, in November. December, so only a few weeks from the time I seen him, in December, I was talking to a friend of mine that was like a producer director. Me and Todd was talking to him, and we were like, yo, like, it would be dope if Escape had a movie like about our lives or whatever. And our friend was like, oh, they're already doing that movie. And we was like, what you mean? Who's already doing a movie?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, like, I just took a meeting about that. Like somebody, like, he was like, yeah, he told me the network or whatever. And I was just like, what? So I called my agent. I'm like, yo, like, what is going on? He looked into it and found out that it was true, that the network was doing it. And anyway, it took us a couple more weeks to find out like who had put it all together, but it come to find out it was Carlos. He was supposed to
Damn.
be producing, director, whatever.
Now, this part you already knew, or that she alleged, because let me put that. We have not heard Carlos confirm or deny these. I must say that. But this is what Kandi has alleged since she interviewed House of Aaron and spilled all this.
For the movie. And it was crazy because like that same, right before I found out it was him, like one of his producers or people that he worked with had reached out to my mom, was like, oh yeah, you know, we're trying to do like a documentary about girl groups. We want to get some more information, like to interview my mom. Like, so you're gonna do all of that and you don't even tell me, you don't even talk to me, you don't even mention. And then at first when I called him, he didn't answer my call. But then when Tiny and I, we went and had like a meeting with the network because much love to Kathy Hughes.
Okay.
Now, Carlos has said, I did a video where I said Carlos finally responds to Kandi. He says that he didn't receive a call. Now, it was a subliminal, but that's what was the gist of it. I can link that video at the end of this one.
Oh, who's over TV Wine, because as soon as she found out about it, she shut it down.
Yes.
Because she was like, as a Black woman, I don't want other Black women to be taken advantage of. So at that point, when it started being a problem, then he reached out and I didn't answer his call at that point.
Being
Because I'm like, he didn't answer my call when I called him.
Considering he's like a good producer, if he had asked.
To me, that says time has passed and she might be willing, but you guys can put in the comments if you see this mending.
Do you have like worked with him on it, or is it more?
If it would have been a like to me, if he would have like reached out in the beginning before selling it,
Right.
network, if he had reached out, it would have been a conversation. It would have been a, okay, well, let's see how this could work or whatever. It wouldn't have been a get out my face.
Yeah.
So that's new information. So if, and this is all alleged because we don't know Carlos' side, but if it had been handled differently, it sounds like she would have been willing to partner with him to do the movie. That's interesting and new.
Yeah.
But if you find out, like, I mean, it was just hard for me because, like, to be clear, he is the same person. Like, we went hard for him, like, to executive produce, which was that Candy's Family Ski Trip. I think we had the first show that he executive produced.
Oh wow!
Like, I literally was like going hard with them, like, yo, y'all got to let him do it. And so we were cool. Like, we had like a good relationship, I thought, except.
No, I did not know that was the first show that Carlos executive produced. I knew that Carlos was an executive producer for RHOA. I thought he was just an executive producer from RHOA from the time that he started working for RHOA. I believe I heard him say that he started off in New Jersey and then they put him in RHOA and then it became like a really big hit, making a name for himself. But I thought he was the executive producer. It wasn't until Kandi just said that based on what she's saying, she didn't give him. She hired him or had him hired as the executive producer on her ski trip with her family, and that was his first executive producer role. So I would need Carlos to verify that. But this was all new information. I don't know. Did y'all know that?
Except for the drama between him and Tide about business or whatever. But that was like still like you're around me all the time. I'm seeing you almost every day for months.
Yeah, it was more so a betrayal.
It was a serious betrayal for me. I just didn't even understand it. Like I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. But you know, at this point, it shut down. Okay. I haven't been talking about it anymore. Like I don't want people to feel like.
I feel like she's over it. Kandi, you can tell when she's really over somebody because let me let you hear what she had to say about Phaedra. Creonta is not going to be getting a Christmas card from Kandi.
Aside.
Yeah.
Whose comeback would enhance the ATL cast more? Shake it up a little bit, make it a little, drama, ratings. Okay. Phaedra or Nene?
Nene.
Nene? Really? Over Phaedra?
Yeah. Like
no, over Phaedra considering you and Phaedra's.
Oh, I wouldn't be there if Phaedra was there. So that's not even a question.
It's rumored that she's coming back. Is that not true?
I don't know. I mean, they ain't talked to me about it. Okay. I don't know.
What would it take for you to film with Phaedra?
We're not going to be filming together.
Ever?
No.
I feel that. If you had to put.
So Kandi want to take all the money off her pocket. Technically, Phaedra is on Married to Medicine now. It's not the same kind of salary, guys, at all. But I will be interested to see how Phaedra fits in with the Married to Medicine cast. Because it's not the same money. But it does put her on a platform where she's filming every week. And I do think that Phaedra has enough fans that will elevate Married to Medicine. So we'll see. like the video, subscribe, and look out for my Mims YouTube tip channel. It's definitely coming, and I will see you guys later because somebody gave me a very juicy tidbit that I hadn't even seen in the Latasha Scott stuff. So I got to work on that, do a little bit of investigating, and put that video together. Hopefully that one will drop a little bit later today, but your boy's working. It's not may not be the Lord's work, but we're working over here. Have a good one.